It's like 100% better than when we first started on it.
Alrighty guys, we are back with the truck. And as you can see, we have changed locations. Now, to update you guys on a few things, that last episode was actually filmed in January, and we're in May now. And Trevor got some stuff done on the truck in the meantime. At the end of the last episode, we just finished taking off the bed, and that was about it. So, Trevor, why don't you run down what you got done in the past month or two?
Alright, so probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I just changed to this garage because it's a lot bigger, got more lights, it's a lot easier to work on the truck. I did the brake lines, which we're going to be working on the rest of it today. I pulled out the fuel pump and shook it around, tried to clean it out a little bit, because with that fuel pump, the filter's actually inside, and it sat for so long that in the last video, we were having problems getting it started and like leaving it run and stuff. So I pulled that out, cleaned it out, and put a little bit of fresh gas in it, and now it runs, drives fine, and did all new brake lines. I just got those done probably like a week ago, and when I was bleeding the brakes on the back for the drum brakes, I snapped one of the bleeders off because it was all rusted shut. Nobody ever replaced anything on the back. So today we're going to do the wheel cylinder, which the little bleeder screws into. And what else did we do? I did paint the frame. I used the bed liner on it, but as you can kind of see, it's starting to scrape off. When I transported the truck here on the trailer, I put the bed back onto it, and all this stuff here, the scrapes, was from when I slid the bed back on. I was being a dumbass and I didn't think about it, and when I painted the frame, it was probably about, almost below freezing in the garage, and I just wasn't thinking, and then it didn't seal right onto the frame. So you can run your hand across it, and every once in a while you get a little piece that'll flake off. So I think what I'm going to do is just rough it up and just put another coat over it. If it starts to come off after the truck's done, or we have any problems with it, I'll just take it and get the whole frame rhino lined, because I'm not the best at painting. So, but we also have this redneck engineering here.
Yeah, I wanted to point that out to the folks. It's this was an ingenious piece of redneck engineering built by Trevor when I wasn't available to help lift this bed off the truck.
Yep. So pretty much what you do is you build yourself a box with 2x4s, and then you stand these two up and you screw them in, and then you lift the bed up after it's unbolted from the truck, and you slide 2 pieces of wood through the underneath of it between the frame and the bed, and you have them sitting exactly like this, and then you slowly lift it up one at a time, lift it up as much as you can, screw it in, and you do that to all 4 until the bed's high enough that you can get it past the tire and the frame and everything. So it's been sitting here for a while. It's nice and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. So, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. I mean, I did the one day I did loosen up the shocks and stuff to make sure that they would come off, because we're going to be doing the street racing suspension on it. So those are all loosened up. They're ready to go whenever we want to replace the suspension. I also did with the brakes, since I wasn't able to bleed this side, the brakes are a little bit soft right now. So I took it out for about a half an hour the one day, a couple days ago, and drove it around for a little bit. Stops fine. The only problem is the brakes are real soft on it yet because it's got air in this line over here. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. And today we're gonna do the wheel valve. We're gonna replace that so we can put a new bleeder in it, bleed that out, and hopefully get all the air out of the lines, and it'll brake fine. And then I still have just a couple hooks that have to attach the brake lines to like the frame and the axle and stuff. Those have to be tightened down. But after that, that's pretty much it. We might go and get some fresh gas to put in. I was going to wait for it until I did buy a new fuel pump. Since I decided, that might end up clogging again, something like that. So I bought a new one. I was going to wait to put gas in until I replaced the fuel pump. But we'll put a little bit in now because I've been moving it around a lot outside. Maybe get some new fuel, stop by my house and get the suspension and see where we get on that. Maybe do the rear tonight. Just depends where, how long this wheel cylinder takes us.
All right. Sounds good. So let's get working on it.
All right.
All right. All right. So Trevor here is getting the tire off so we can bleed the brake lines, but I wanted to walk on over this way real quick and show you guys those new brake lines he put in. Down in here, shiny, shiny new brake lines. Now, where'd you get these, Trevor?
Let me check.
Very nice.
I did want to give their name because they were really good.
Yeah, you were saying how easy, like everything fit right, and you just slapped it right in.
Fine Lines.
What was it?
A place called Fine Lines. It's on eBay. So pretty much what you do is you type in on the to check if it fits. You just type in what model your truck is, and you have to make sure like this was the 6-foot bed, single cab. You have to make sure you have all that in because they need to know what size line to give you. Because if you put in the wrong one, they're going to be too long or too short. So, but anyway, put it in, and I was kind of skeptical about it. I was like, it's like, I think it was only $150 for all the lines, and I figured I would just try it though. And they said everything was going to fit, and I was thinking, I'm going to be missing some kind of brake line or something. Got it in the mail, and when I started doing it, I matched all the old lines up with the new ones, and they matched up perfectly. Everything threaded in perfect. Everything was flared to the right, the right way. And actually, the lines are super bendable. And if you go to Advanced Auto and get their brake lines, and you try and bend them yourself, when you go to bend it, you have to be real careful because they kink real easy. These lines, move around so easy. It's almost like a rubber hose, except for it's not. It's a brake line, and that made it super easy to try and wiggle it into different places and get everything in. So, Fine Lines, they did a pretty good job on it. I mean, it was ordered on eBay. Anybody can get it. So. They are not a sponsor.
Hashtag not a sponsor. All right, so we got the wheel off here, and Trevor got that off. And now on the back of this truck, we got drum brakes here. And we're trying to get that valve out of there.
All right, so this little piece here, I'm really not trying to take the whole drum assembly apart, but I guess I'm going to have to. That's going to piss me the off.
Watch your profanity.
But, so, there's 2 little bolts on the back side of here that hold the wheel cylinder in. And you undo those, and then you do your brake line that screws into the cylinder. You undo all those. This comes undone, and then you have these 2 little pins in here that go into the cylinder. And then they push into the side of the drum brake. So when you apply the brakes, this pushes out, pushes these, expands everything. I think that's how it works. I don't know. we're just gonna put the new parts in, and then it's gonna work. So it doesn't matter. Anyway, we got this out. You just have to take one of the springs off for the drum brake, and I'm not really too sure how I'm gonna get it back on because there's a lot of pressure on that, but we'll figure it out.
Alright guys, so we're going to bleed the brake lines here. So we're going to just loosen up this valve. Decent amount. And we got this little one-man brake bleeder system here. Pop this tube on here. And then this guy here has a little magnet. I'm just going to stick it up high here. Then we're going to start her up and bleed out the brakes. Alright, start her up.
Bubbles in the brake line up to here, or in the bleeder line. There's no bubbles, so we're good. And then we just tighten them up. You just want to double check your brake fluid. Make sure you got enough in your hopper for when you're driving, and you're set.
Alright guys, so we got the tire back on, and we're going to go quickly test the brakes out and make sure everything that is working properly.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Good pressure. Oh. No soft brake. So far, at least. It's braking good. Gonna do a freaking nasty burnout, I'll tell you that much. Oh yeah. Well, see, the real test is gonna be if we're gonna stop here. Yes!
How much lighter is it without the bed, like when it moves?
It's actually kind of hard to drive because if you step on it too hard, the tires spin in the back. It's so much lighter. Plus, the bed has that rhino lining in it, so that makes it a lot heavier. I'm trying to figure out where we're going to go around here. I kind of want to come back right in here and do a f***ing nasty burnout. When I had this, when I put the brake lines in, I was trying to do burnouts, but it would yank to the left side real hard because that side, it wasn't applying as hard because it didn't have the built-up pressure. Dude, it's been a fucking year. It has been a year since this truck has been on the road. It's like 100% better than when we first started on it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a dry spot up here that I can fucking roast them. Oh, this looks nice and dry right here. Oh!
Alright guys, so here's the new fuel pump assembly, and you gotta have to install this floater on it, so you don't have to take the old one off the other one, just pop it onto here. Where'd you get this fuel pump assembly?
eBay.
eBay? Alright. How much was it?
$50.
Oh, that's not bad. 50 bucks. Everything you need. Alright guys, so this is kind of interesting. On this assembly here, this floater gets attached in here like that and then snaps in. And this right here, this little wiper, is like a variable resistor, and then based on where this is on the tracks, it changes the resistance, and that communicates to your vehicle's computer and then displays the proper fuel level. So kind of interesting little assembly. So let's get this popped in here. So we got the newest fuel pump assembly in here, and this little guy, just to show you if it will focus on here, that little blue clip, had to take that off the old one too. It wasn't on this one. That's what holds this line in. So now she's in there. Now what? Yeah, start her up, make sure it works.
Alright, so we're gonna prime it. Just let it pump a little bit of gas into the lines. Since the tank was pretty much almost empty from the gas that we pulled out from the pump, and I let it run down to almost empty anyway. So we'll just give it a little prime real quick. You can hear it. That new pump sounds pretty nice. pump was starting to go bad because this one's a lot louder. And it seems like it's idling just a little bit higher, so.
Yeah.
Want to take him out real quick?
If you wanna.
It seems like it's got like more back pressure, so I don't know what. It feels different. Whoa.
Is it smoother? Oh,
Well, it is. It's a lot smoother, but my mark's
the mark there, yeah.
Dude.
Is that better than before?
Fuck yeah. It was like, when you would come up to a stop sign, the idle on it would kind of be like, and sound like it was going to stall out.